Hi everybody, it's Joe from PrepAgent. If you could hear me, say hello. What 5 words did you guys memorize today? What 5 words did you guys memorize today? You guys should memorize 5 words every day. Ciao. I saw somebody said ciao. Ciao bella. I think that means hello beautiful in Italian. I'm not sure. I just like saying it. It sounds like a fun thing to say. All right, so you guys learned your words. Remember our rules. In the evening, you guys gotta write down 5 words. In the morning, you got to memorize those 5 words before you wake up. Just kind of, well, obviously you're up. You're not sleeping. I meant before you get out of bed. Just roll over, take the things from your nightstand, and kind of memorize them. That way it's done before your day begins. Okay? Everybody write, I promise to do that. I promise. I promise. Okay. So today on the board, you see a lot of words and a little cloud in the middle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a word in that little cloud, and you guys tell me what that word means. Everybody ready? It's a simple way of doing some vocabulary. Okay, so we just talked about vocabulary, and if a word comes across that you do not understand, then you want to write down that word so you learn it later. Everybody write, got it. Say, got it. Okay. So the first word we're putting in there is redlining. What is redlining? Who could tell me what redlining is? What is redlining? Redlining. What do you guys think? Redlining would be discrimination when making loans. It's essentially saying, I will not lend to those people and they live in that area, so we're not lending to that area. It is a fair housing violation. What year was fair housing put into place? Who could tell me? What year was fair housing put into place? Anybody know? 1968. Nice job, KP. Good. All right, let's get that word out of there. Good, we just did that. Life estate. What is a life estate? A life estate. What's a life estate? Life estate. What do you guys think? Who could tell me everything they know about a life estate? So the first thing you guys can tell me, it's a type of freehold estate. It's a freehold estate. Good, it's a type of freehold estate. And it's ownership based upon the life of another. It is a freehold estate. Somebody said king. If you watch my video on a life estate, you'll see it does have to do with like a king and a prince and all that kind of stuff. I don't get into that now, but I do recommend you watch that video. And I use the analogy of a king giving his estate to knights to defend them to explain a life estate. So check that video out for sure. It's one of the first ones I ever did. Boom. Out of there. See ya. Steering. What is steering? Steering. What is steering? Steering. Steering is discrimination work with buyers. It's saying you're one of those people and you should live over there. Also a fair housing violation. Good. Get that out of there. We just did that. An acre. How big is an acre? An acre. How big is an acre? What do you guys think? (43,560 square feet). Nice job, guys. We're moving right along, ticking these words off as we go. Unilateral contract. So we want to get through as many as we can, all right? So write your words quickly and be concise. So unilateral contract would be what? Unilateral contract would be a promise for an act. One promise was the bilateral, which is promise for promise. Boom! Nice. Good. Title. Title. What is title? What do you guys think? Title. Title is ownership. Good. Title is ownership. Excellent. I hope you guys don't mind me doing this way. I just thought we'd change it up, do something a little different. It's a fun way to bang out some of this vocabulary that is so very important to you guys passing. Okay, actual fraud. Actual fraud. Okay, what do you know about actual fraud? What do you guys think? Actual fraud is straight up lying. Good, with intention. You're intentionally lying. Cloud on title. Cloud on title. What do you guys think? Cloud on title. Cloud on title. Cloud on title has to do with a defect on the title, so it's not clear who owns it, such as when a lady gets married and she changes her name, but the ownership of the home is under the former name. That could create a cloud on title. Boom. Injunctions. What's an injunction? What's an injunction? Injunction. Court order to stop. Court order to stop. And if this is going too fast for you guys, just remember you could watch this on replay. Okay, you can watch it on replay and you could stop it whenever it's appropriate for you. Injunction is a court order to stop. Trade fixture. What is a trade fixture? Trade fixture. Trade fixture is personal property. It's used for a business. Used for a business. Good. Boom. I saw somebody say boot. What's the boot? Who knows what that is? Boot. Who's ever heard that word? Boot. What do you guys think? The boot. It's related to a 1031 tax deferred exchange. So what's it all about? Okay. 1031 tax deferred exchange is when you sell one property and put it into another of like kind, and boot represents that taxable difference between the two properties. All right, good. Encroachment. Tell me everything you could know about encroachment. 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 What do you guys think? Encroachment. You're welcome, Nazilia. Encroachment, it's a form of trespass, and it would be an encumbrance. Good. It'd be an encumbrance. Good. All right, I'm all done for the day. See you later, guys. This was fun. No, I'm just totally kidding. Totally kidding. I'm just messing with you guys. We're still going. Still going. I was just kidding. Okay. Leans. Leans. Okay, what's a lean? Just see if you guys are awake. See who's paying attention. Okay, lean. That means you owe money. A lien's an encumbrance. It means that you owe money. Good. Ad valorem. Ad valorem. What does ad valorem mean? Ad valorem. Ad valorem's Latin for according to value. Good. And since we're talking about speaking some Latin, novation has the word nova in it. So what is that all about? What is a novation? What do you guys think? Nova is Latin for new, so novation is an addition to a contract, a new addition to a contract. Good. Less than freehold estate. What is a less than freehold estate? Less than freehold estate. Less than freehold estate is when you have ownership for a defined period of time, as opposed to a freehold estate, which is not defined. There are 4 types in less than freehold estates you learned for your real estate exam. Can you guys tell me what they are? There are 4 types of less than freehold estates that you guys learned for your real estate exam. Can you guys tell me what they are? What do you guys think? So you have estate at sufferance, estate at will, periodic tenancy, and estate at for years. Good. I'll say it again. Those are estate for years, periodic tenancy, estate at will, and estate at sufferance. Bam. Balloon loan. Or I'll accept, here, I'll do this. Balloon payment. What's a balloon payment? Let's dipping our toes into the finance section. What's a balloon payment? A balloon payment. So a balloon payment is when you're paying off the entire remaining balance at the end of the loan. So instead of letting it gradually decline, you're making one big lump sum payment. Nice job, everybody. Alienation of title. Alienation of title. What do you guys think alienation of title means? Okay, it's to transfer title or to get rid of it. Good, you don't have it anymore. Nice job. Commingling. Commingling. What is commingling? Commingling is mixing of money. Mezcla de dinero. Okay, is mixing of money. Mixing of money. It's when you mix your client's money with your own. Do not get it confused with conversion. Conversion would actually be using that money. Puffing. What is puffing? Puffing. Puffing's exaggerations. Good. Exaggerating features or benefits. Value. What is value? How do you define value? How would you guys define value? So value is whatever a buyer is willing to pay for it. A lot of you guys are remembering the 4 essential elements of value, and we can look at that too. So what is that? What are the 4 essential elements of value? Here, so we'll go like this. What are the essential elements of value? What are they? So I see everybody writing stud. What does stud stand for? Or you guys remember stud? You're like, I don't know. I just remember something about stud, and I'm going to circle that in my exam. Stud. What does stud stand for? Scarcity, transferability, utility, and demand. Good. Stud. Scarcity, transferability, utility, and demand. Involuntary lien. What is an involuntary lien? An involuntary lien. What is that? What do you guys think? So an involuntary lien is a lien you did not want. So like a judgment lien, a tax lien, a mechanics lien, basically every lien other than when you try and get a loan. When you try to get a loan on your car or on your house or things like that, those are voluntary. But other than that, they're basically all involuntary. Chain of title. What is the chain of title? I'm so scared. Tomorrow, Friday, I'm doing math. You guys got to give me confidence. Tell me I could do it. I feel a little. I'm a very shy person, very intimidated by crowds and public speaking. So doing math in front of all you guys is terrifying. Shaking in my boots. Okay. Chain of title is the history of ownership. History of ownership. Okay, good. History of ownership. Some of you guys don't believe that I'm kind of shy, but it's actually true. The truth of it, and you may know people like this, in front of a crowd, I could like speak just fine. But if you put me one-on-one in front of somebody, no way. I remember when I used to do these big classes, and I would tell jokes and talk and blah, blah, blah. Then during lunch, like it could be a whole audience of like pretty girls, and I'd talk without any problems at all. And then during lunch, one of them would come up to me and say, hello, your class was great. And I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And I would run away. I'd be so scared. I almost cry. Something about the audience makes it less intimidating. You guys know people like that? Okay, here we go. Principle of regression. Principle of regression. Me and Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam's like that too. I'm just like Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. He was like that. Jeremy spoken, yeah. All right, principal regression is when your house is by lesser properties. Your house is by lesser properties and the values go down. Good. Progression is when the value goes up. It's an appraisal principle. Concurrent estate. Concurrent estate. What is a concurrent estate? Concurrent estate is when you own it with more than one person. Good. Give me examples of concurrent estate. Give me an example of a concurrent estate. So an example would be joint tenancy or tenancy in common would be examples of a concurrent estate. Good job, everybody. Littoral rights. What do you guys think? Littoral rights. Okay, it would be like a lake, littoral lake, littoral lake. Good. Ownership by a body ward stand still. You guys are amazing. Interim loan. What is an interim loan? Interim loan. Alzira says she has a difficult time with joint tenancy and tenants common. Hold that thought. So interim loans, a short-term loan. You see a lot of construction. And it converts to a takeout loan, which is a long-term loan after construction is done. Just remember, interim loan, short-term loan. Would you guys mind saying the difference between joint tenancy and tenancy in common? We had somebody ask about that, so let's see if we could help them out. Joint tenancy and tenancy in common. Here, I'll put tenancy in common on the board here. So it becomes relevante. Okay, so a tenancy in common, right, has unity of possession and no right of survivorship. A joint tenancy has the four unities, which is time, title, interest, and possession, and has the right of survivorship. Okay? So a big difference. So remember that joint tenancy has time, title, interest, and possession, and tenancy in common just has the unity of possession. And the joint tenancy has the right of survivorship, so therefore the other owners die. The owners get the property, whereas a tenancy in common, if an owner dies, they can will it their portion to their heirs. Hopefully that helps. Functional obsolescence. What is that? Functional obsolescence. What do you guys think? Functional obsolescence. Functional obsolescence is when your property loses value because of a poor design. Fee simple defeasible. Fee simple defeasible. What do you guys think? Fee simple defeasible is when you could lose your property for violating a condition, like if alcohol is sold on the property. That would be terrible. You guys are doing so well. So proud of you. Remember, we discussed yesterday, test centers are starting to open up. Gross rent multiplier. How do you figure that out? What's the formula for a gross rent multiplier? Gross rent multiplier. What do you guys think? Gross rent multiplier is price divided by rent. I said it the other day, same thing. This is super important for you to know. One, it could be a nice little math problem that could come on your exam that's easy to do, but more importantly, this is essential for you to understand how to do if you ever want to sell income properties. Okay, very important. I love me some gross rent multiplier because it's what I used all the time when I was selling income properties. An essential part of understanding what's a good deal and what's not. So I did it all the time. I found it very helpful. So I want you guys to know it too. Constructive fraud. What's constructive fraud? Constructive fraud. Constructive fraud is lying without intention. Okay, good. Nice job, Parody Peso Garantizado. Okay, voluntary lien. What's a voluntary lien? Before we did involuntary lien, what's a voluntary lien? Voluntary lien would be a lien you get by choice. So when you get a loan of any kind, that'd be a voluntary lien. Market data comparison approach. What's that all about? Comps. What's the market data comparison approach? Market data comparison approach. That is when you find the value of property by comparing it to properties of like kind that are nearby. Good. It's the most common appraisal method for residential real estate. Statute of frauds. Statute of frauds. What do you guys think? Anybody listen to Mozart? I was going to watch that movie Amadeus. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Statute of frauds, things that must be in writing. Good. Okay, let's see. What do we got next? Here's a good one. Caveat emptor. Caveat emptor. What does caveat emptor mean? Caveat emptor means buyer beware. Bilateral contract. Bilateral contract. What do you guys think? Bilateral would be a promise for a promise. Good. Bam. Nice job, everybody. Real property. What is real property? So you have real property and personal property. So what is real property? Real property.
Mm-hmm.
So those things are immovable, things that go along with the real estate. Good. Real property are all things that go with the real estate because it's movable. You can't take it with you when you sell it. Void contract. What is a void contract? What do you guys think? What is a void contract? A void contract is any contract that lacks one of the 4 essential elements of a contract. What are those essential elements, you say? Let's find out. What are the essential elements of a valid contract? What are those 4 essential elements? So the 4 essential elements are mutual consent, lawful object, consideration, and capable parties. And I'll say it again. Mutual consent, lawful object, consideration, and capable parties. All right, mutual consent can be categorized as agreement or meeting of the mind. Sometimes you'll see it written like that as well. A deed. What is a deed? What is a deed? A deed is evidence of the transfer. Good. Panic selling. Panic selling. What is panic selling? What do you guys think? Okay, it's inducing listings by discriminatory practices, saying those people are moving to town. You don't want to live by them, do you? Okay, severalty. What is severalty? Severalty would be sole ownership. So we talked about current estates before. It's when you own it with somebody else. Severalty is when you own it by yourself. Nice. Net lease. Just think, a net lease. A net lease is when the tenant, what do you guys think, pays for taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Good. Nice job, everybody. Avulsion. 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 So avulsion would be sudden, violent tearing away of the land by water. Sudden and violent tearing the way of the land by water. So like when a dam breaks, that'd be avulsion. Good. All right. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was just a little different way of going about the vocabulary. That being said, tomorrow we have an evening webinar, 4 o'clock West Coast, 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock on the East Coast. So tomorrow it's an evening webinar. So the times change a little bit. We're trying to give a little love to the people who want to do it at night. So that's that. Okay, have a great day, guys. Bye.